Hello students, welcome to this online course of Strength of Materials. So this unit we have tried to solve the problems based on the shear force and bending moment diagram, and also one problem we have seen about axial force diagram. So till now what we were doing, we were being provided in the question some beams and some loading was given to us, and we are asked to calculate the shear force, bending moment at various locations, maximum bending moment, maximum shear force, axial force, and finally we have to draw the bending moment diagram or shear force diagram. But there can be questions when we have to calculate the loading diagram itself. If we are being provided by the shear force diagram, then how we can calculate the loading diagram, and with that loading diagram how we can calculate the bending moment diagram. So this type of problems can also come in the examination. So like I have tried to solve like as many edge, like variation should be there in the problems. I like same type of problem I can solve innumerably. Infinite problems are there based on the shear force and bending moment concepts. So my motto is not that. My motto is to try to solve the problems of different concepts so that you can have some basic idea of each concept. And if the new question is also coming in the examination, by that fundamental question, like by those fundamentals, you can solve the problems in the examination. So that is why I have taken a new problem, which is the shear force diagram of a simply supported beam. So in the question itself, it is given that the beam is simply supported of span 10 meters is shown. Draw the load and bending moment diagram for the beam. So up till now loading was given to us. So this is the beam, loading is there, UDL is there, some moment is there, some couple is there. All the things were given in the question, and due to these loading we have to calculate the reaction and the variation of shear force and bending moment diagram. But in this question itself the shear force diagram is given. Now we have to calculate the bending moment diagram and the loading diagram. First we will calculate the load diagram. With the help of that loading diagram we can calculate the bending moment diagram. So how we can do that? So in the starting lectures we have derived the relationship between the shear force and the loading intensity. Okay, so shear force was, I think this is not correct. The correct equation is minus dv by dx. So with the help of this equation we can easily calculate the loading diagram or loading variation of loading, and with the help of that loading we can calculate the bending moment and bending moment diagram. And some more informations which we have seen during the examples when we were solving the examples. So like if there is a jump in the shear force diagram, so you can see here sudden jump is there, here also sudden jump is there, here like same it is going, and here it is jump is there. So jump is what this jump indicates. That means some kind of concentrated load is acting here. Okay, and the beam is simply supported at A and C. You can see there is loading, that is 176 kilonewton here and 164 kilonewton here. So this means there is the supports at A and C. This we can easily see by the help of the shear force diagram. So 2-3 things we have seen here. What are these things? First is there is a concentrated load at C and D, that is okay. So you can see here concentrated load is there, and here also concentrated load is there. Here also jump is there, but this is the end. So we can see here it is positive, here it is negative. So we can see like something like this is also upwards because this is negative, and if we cut the section this will give a negative shear force, and if we cut the section here, this is on the left hand side, so it will give positive shear, this will give negative shear. So few points we have calculated, and while drawing the shear force diagram for uniformly varied load, what we have seen that the shear force diagram is linear, it is 1 degree curve. So here also we can see this is a variation, this is a linear variation. So what we can calculate from here, we can calculate the what is the change in load per unit length. Okay, so here you can see this is 24 kilonewton, this is 176 kilonewton. So how much is the change, you can see, and so the change is 24 minus 176 over 5 meters. So this is 200 divided by 5. That means the UDL is acting in this span of 40 kilonewton per meter. So we will try to see how we are going to proceed. So this is the basic idea I have given. So if you want to learn the concept, pause the video here, try to draw the loading diagram by your own, by whatever I have told till now, and try to match it with the loading diagram which I will be showing you. So pause the video, solve yourself, and then come back to video if you really want to learn. Else you can continue watching. Anyway, I am going to solve the problem for you. So let us see. So reaction at A is 164 kilonewton. This I have already told you. So there is no load in the segment AC as shear force is constant. So if shear force is constant, then also we can interpret that there is no loading in this span also, in this span also, here also, and here it is varying. So that means some kind of loading is there. So the concentrated load, so the reaction at A we have already calculated 164 kilonewton. The concentrated load, downward load will be how much at point C? 164 minus 84. So 80 kilonewton is acting downwards. Again, in between C to D there is no loading because 84 kilonewton is constant throughout from C till D. At D again there is a sudden drop and it is of 60 kilonewton. So this is 60 kilonewton at point D. So till now what we have seen, this is 164, this was 80, this is 60, and there is no loading from D to E. This already we have seen. Between E and B the shear force varies linearly, including uniformly distributed load. So let us try to see. So this I have already calculated. So change is of 200 kilonewton from 24 to minus 176. So first we will come to 0, then 176. So that means total change is 200 kilonewton over a length of 5 meters. So this is 40 kilonewton per meter. So and so here also you can see like 24 by 0.6 is 40. So this is same only. And the reaction at, so this is UDL, and here 176 kilonewton is the upward force. So one more thing you can do, calculate the, this was how much, 200 plus 60, 260, 260 plus 80 is 340, and by adding these two also we are getting how much, 6 4 10, 6 7 4 340. That means upward force is equal to downward force. So the force balancing is done till here. So we are having our loading variation. Okay, so I hope you are getting the concepts which are being taught here. So this will be your loading diagram. Okay, so this is your loading diagram. You can see some kind of loading, this kind of loading is provided to you. This is 40 kilonewton per meter. Now if we are having the loading diagram, what we can do, we can directly calculate the bending moment diagram. So for bending moment diagram, what you have to do, you have to check the key points. Okay, so at key points we have to check the value of bending moment. One more thing is there, you can see this point is having 0 shear, so that means the bending moment will be maximum at that point. So that also we have to calculate. So bending moment at A will be 0, bending moment at C will be, there is only one force, 164 kilonewton up till point C. So 164 into 1, it will give us 164 kilonewton meter. At point T, 164 into 3 minus, because of this the beam will have hogging bending moment of 80 into 2, that is 160. So 164 into 3 minus 80 into 2, this will give us 332 kilonewton meter. At point E, again we are having 164 kilonewton sagging into 164 into 5 sagging, 80 into 4 minus 60 into 2. So these will give the hogging bending moment. So finally we are having 380 kilonewton meter. Now the bending moment is maximum at point of zero shear. The point of zero shear is at a distance of 0.6 meter from E. So I am calculating from right. I will tell you to calculate this bending moment at this point from left and check whether you are getting the same value or not. So if I am doing from left hand side, for clarity of your concept, what you can do, you can calculate same values from right hand side and see what are the values coming. They should come equal. If they are not coming equal, then you have to raise some doubts. Then only you will get the clear picture. Okay, from left hand side and right hand side due to equilibrium it is coming equal. So for clearing of concepts, you can do this kind of exercise. So I am doing from right. What you have to do, you have to check whether this value is coming same from left hand side or not. It should come same, but still for curiosity you can check. So it will be at point this the point of zero shear will have the maximum bending moment. So bending moment maximum is 176. So how much is this distance? Already it is given 0.6, so this will be 4.4 meters. So you can, so 176 into 5 minus 0.6, that is 4.5 minus 40 into x square by 2. So x is 4.4. So finally you are getting maximum bending moment as 387.2 kilonewton meter. Now we are having all the values, so we will plot these values here. So this is positive, so all the values we have seen, and we can check that maximum bending moment is 387.2 at zero shear location. So in this way you can solve, like I would suggest to draw the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram for as many as cases you can find. So this is all for today. So in the next lecture we are going to start our new topic, that is the bending theory of bending. So this is all for today. Thank you.